Today I want to talk about reconnecting with an old friend after many, many, many years, and about Zapp's earliest records. And both those things come together if you just bear with me. In the late 80s, or maybe 86, 87, I discovered a little shop in Stockholm City, on a very small shop in a back street, hard to find, but there was a guy there selling independent singles, independent 45s that he himself imported from the United States. And at that time I had my own radio show, and these singles that I bought from him, they became this week's unknown funk records, but it was also very deep soul records. It was total super quality. This guy knew what he was doing. He loved this music himself. So I bought records from him and I had them on my show, one each week. And then when they closed the shop, he moved and he started selling on mail order. But I also visited him and his then girlfriend. I recall this so vividly. Now we're talking 1986 here, 1987 maybe. And I went to their place and he had boxes of records. And it was just like, oh, I couldn't buy everything I wanted, but I bought quite a bit. And many of these I've checked are valuable today because they were rare. He imported them himself. It wasn't just the run-of-the-mill stuff. It was really, really independent, small labels, but really good stuff. And I'll never forget what I saw there. He had a single 45 by Roger and the Human Body, which of course was what they were called before they were called Zapp. And this single was on a label called Troutman Records. So it wasn't on Warner, it was their independent release. And I don't know why. Must have said, I really want this record. Maybe I didn't have the money at the time. I don't know. But for some reason, that record didn't follow me home. And then over years, we lost contact. I don't know what happened. We're talking like 40 years ago. I don't know what happened, but that record has sometimes popped up. And I'll tell you when it popped up the first time was when first a German label called Soul Society, I think, re-released Roger and the Human Body's first album. They had a different cover, really ugly cover, and I bought that, but I always wondered what the real deal looked like. And then they somebody, I don't know if it was Troutman himself, who it was, re-released this. This is the very first album. Let me see there, Roger and the Human Body, introducing Roger. This is the album, the very first one from 1976, before they changed their name to Zapp and started re-recording for Warner. So this was independently released on Troutman Brothers recordings, and here's the back. Of course I bought this. You can still get this, and then of course, being the person I am, sorry about that, I also bought the CD. Here's the CD. And when Zapp visited Sweden in 2015, I had them all sign this one. And I can see on this one that the original album was a fold out. So it's a lot of pictures of the band. There you can see, maybe. So, and the re-release LP is not a fold out. So I really want this one. The LP of this, just to have it, But it's, I've only seen it available on Discogs, probably eBay, and it's way out of my price range. I will never be able to afford it. But this is very dear to me. And there was also a note here that I saw. Maybe it was what? Okay. Here's Lester Troutman's phone number. Maybe I should ring him up and pester him. Maybe he has some copies of this LP that I can force him to give to me. No, I'm just kidding. Also, this was released, that was signed, but I've always wondered about this single. What was the single I saw? And then out of the blue, I get an email from this friend. His name is Hans. He contacted me because he had seen me and Monica's podcast, Funkyflyy. And of course I remembered him, and I was so thrilled that he contacted me, and we had so much catching up to do. And then I told him the story about that single you had by Roger and the Human Body. And you know what? He had it. He still had 2 copies. One that was, earmarked for me. I can't believe it. After 40 years, I get this single. Here it is. This is the single that I saw 40 years ago in his house and that I didn't buy. The A side is called Been This Way Before, Roger and the Human Body. It's from 1976. And the B side, which I think is better, is called Bearings Straight. Now, and his shop was called the Soul Shop. I can't believe I'm holding this actual record that I've been thinking about, wondering about what it is, and now it's mine. And we met today, and we had a wonderful time talking about so much music. He's really into music just as much as I am. We had a wonderful time talking about this, and I can't believe he gave me this, as a gift. So it's like a full circle. It's like some things happened I don't believe in this, but in the universe, the stars were aligned. He saw our show. He remembered me. I remembered him, and it all came. He remembered this. How is this even possible? So how does it sound? Well, it's great, especially Bearing Straight. Maybe you want to hear it. Okay, I'll play it for you. I put that at the end of this video that you can hear this wonderful single by Roger and the Human Body from 1976. This must have been just before Roger guested on Sons. Let me come flick my bick. That was the first time you heard his vocoder or talk box on a record on a major label. Because this was, of course, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that maybe here? Troutman Records. Does it focus? They made it themselves, Troutman Records. Wow. Well, as you can tell, I'm excited. I'm super excited. And the light goes crazy. Even the light, it sucks out the light. There's so much life in this. Everything sucks into this. Bearing Straight by Roger and the Human Body. Oh, I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play it for you. And I've had a wonderful day. And isn't it strange how things can go around after 40 years meeting somebody? They remember you, you remember them. And this is the thing that we both remember. And he saved it for me. Can you believe that? So let's listen to that. And I hope you have a good day, evening, morning, whatever it is over there. Bye-bye.
Always have something in your back pocket. You keep your pants straight. You always have something in your back if you keep your pants straight. You always have someone sharing if you don't lose your balance. No. Take her serious, never as a joke. Send it till you get your plate broke. No rigging. Another thing I want to say is please don't go astray. Please don't go astray. You should go your plane away. Well, don't you know you'll always have something in your plate if you keep your pants straight. When you start to pull in those just and stupid wrong, ruthless and daring. That's when it seems you've lost your bearings. Skip that brother, just keep your bearings.